and we are testing an F3 car. Everything kind of aligned up and it got correlated with the right person, got connected with him. And I was like, man, that'd be really, really fun to test an F3 car.
NASCAR fans, are you ready to dive into some juicy motorsports drama? We've got some wild updates about our girl Hailie Deegan, and it's got everyone talking. If you've been following the motorsports scene, you know Hailie's been making some serious waves. This girl is always full of surprises, and her latest move has got everyone asking, has she finally had enough of NASCAR? Is she leaving stock cars behind for the sleek, high-speed world of open-wheel racing? And if she does, can she handle the pressure of a whole new game? We're talking F3 cars, intense road courses, and a whole lot of new challenges. Can you imagine Hailie zooming around in an F3 car instead of a stock car? Sounds crazy, right? Do you think this is the fresh start she needs, or is she biting off more than she can chew? Let's break it all down and see what's really going on with Deegan's latest moves. Alright, let's rewind a bit. Hailie Deegan was once hailed as the next big thing in NASCAR. She's got the talent, the looks, and the attitude. What's not to love? Deegan started turning heads when she made history back in 2018 as the first woman in 30 years to win a K&N Pro Series West race. That was her "I've arrived" moment. From there, she jumped into the ARCA Menards Series and then straight into the Craftsman Truck Series. But let's keep it real, fam. Her jump into the NASCAR Xfinity Series this year didn't exactly go as planned. Deegan's rookie season in Xfinity was, let's just say, rough. Despite all the hype, she struggled to find her groove, and her performance just didn't match up to the expectations. After only 17 races, where she barely managed to crack the top 15 a couple of times, AM Racing decided to part ways with her in early July. And man, that sent shockwaves through the NASCAR community. Everybody was asking, what went wrong? There's a lot of talk about whether Hailie was pushed too hard, too fast, and honestly, it kinda looks that way. Think about it, this girl was signed into trucks at just 16 years old and moved up to Xfinity without bagging a single win in trucks. That's a lot of pressure, and even the pros will tell you that kind of pressure can crack you. Kevin Harvick, a legend in his own right, even pointed out that Deegan's downfall might have been because she was rushed through the ranks. Deegan herself has opened up about this, saying she felt like she was thrown into the deep end without much guidance. Be in the fast lane by subscribing to our channel. Stay updated on all the latest NASCAR news and driver stories. And let's be real, when you're young and trying to make a name for yourself in a male-dominated sport like NASCAR, you need more than just talent. You need the right people in your corner. Unfortunately, it seems like Deegan didn't have that. While there were talks that she was a potential driver on the list of the Haas factory team, recently they announced signing Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer for the next season. But here's where things get really interesting. Instead of sulking over her NASCAR struggles, Hailie Deegan decided to try something completely different. She recently hopped into an F3 car for a test drive at Putnam Park. It was a wild ride.
And it's not just a one-day test. We're actually going to be here for 2 days. So today's more so going to be getting used to the car, not so much like making a bunch of speed. I've just never been in an open wheel car before. Played on iRacing and that's about it. So I definitely got a lot of learning to do, but I'm excited to try it out. This is something I've never tried before, so it's going to be a really, really cool opportunity.
For those who don't know, F3 cars are a whole different beast compared to the stock cars she's used to. We're talking about a 380 horsepower open wheel monster that's built for speed and agility. Deegan shared her experience, and it sounds like she had a blast, despite nearly getting her head ripped off by the G-forces. She said driving that F3 car was like nothing she'd ever experienced before. Her exact words, "My soul felt like it was shaking out of my body." Now, if that doesn't tell you how intense it was, I don't know what will. She also mentioned that the car made her cough at around 4,000 revolutions per minute, which sounds crazy, but hey, that's racing for you. Switching from stock cars to open wheel racing is no joke. These are two completely different worlds. In NASCAR, it's all about those big, bulky stock cars racing around oval tracks. But in F3 and other open wheel series, the cars are lighter, faster, and the tracks are way more complex. We're talking about a whole lot more than just turning left, folks.
I had an absolute blast. Those cars are so crazy to drive, so wild, so fun. And I feel like I made so much progression from my first couple laps in it to where I ended, doing like mock qualifying runs, all of it. So I feel like I learned a lot this week. Racing road courses or just being on a road course. So super, super successful. Very happy with it. Honestly, went kind of better than I expected. I didn't know what to expect going into it just because I've never done anything like this. What I really wanted to focus on was just progressing and quickly progressing and seeing where I ended up and kind of hitting a cap to see like, okay, is this good? Is this where I need to be? And that was where I needed to be, which is great. Awesome. So a lot was accomplished this weekend and I'm super, super happy with it.
Deegan admitted that she's got a lot to learn if she wants to succeed in F3. She noticed the tires on F3 cars are way different from what she's used to. Instead of grip right off the bat, these tires take a while to warm up, which means you've got to ease into it and really feel the car out. And let's not forget the steering. F3 cars have steering wheels loaded with buttons that control everything from aerodynamics to fuel usage. It's like driving a spaceship compared to NASCAR. But here's the thing, Deegan's not backing down from the challenge. She's actually super pumped about the opportunity to learn and grow as a driver. She even mentioned how much progress she made just over the 2 days of testing. It sounds like she's really considering making the switch, which brings us to the big question. Is Hailie Deegan done with NASCAR? So, what does the future hold for Hailie Deegan? Honestly, it's hard to say right now. She's clearly exploring her options, and that's smart. She's been linked to a few different racing series, including IndyCar and the F1 Academy. And let's not forget, there's still a chance she could return to NASCAR, but it looks like Deegan might be leaning more toward open-wheel racing. After all, she seemed to have a blast during her F3 test, and she's already talking about what she needs to improve on to get better. Plus, with her connections and the right sponsorship, Deegan could easily find herself in a Formula 3 team next season. And who knows? Maybe she'll become the next big female star in open-wheel racing. Whether she's racing around ovals in a stock car or tearing up the track in an F3 machine, one thing's for sure, this girl isn't going anywhere. She's faced her fair share of setbacks. But if there's one thing we know about Hailie, it's that she's a fighter. So keep your eyes peeled, because the next chapter of her career could be the most exciting one yet. Meanwhile, AM Racing, her previous Xfinity Series team, returned last weekend with Deegan's former replacement. Yes, that's right, Joey Logano wielded her ride again. And the number 15 Ford splashed in snazzy colors under a cool sponsor for the Diamond Hill Plywood 200 race. But after Logano's average run on his previous AM Racing stint, fans had predicted a lot of bad luck for him this time as well, and his race ended in a DNF. Although Hailie Deegan is off the sport currently, she is not off the headlines. And there you have it, race fans. A peek into what is going on in the track life of popular diva Hailie Deegan. Now, we know for sure Hailie Deegan's journey is far from over. So, we want to hear from you fans. What do you think Hailie Deegan should do? Should she stick with stock cars and try to make a comeback in NASCAR? Or should she go all in on open-wheel racing and see where it takes her? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on, lucky dog on track.